Food? It's essential to life, and beyond that, it shapes our cultures, our traditions, and even our health. But can the history of food teach us how to live longer? What can we learn from the way our ancestors ate, and how can we apply those lessons to our modern lives? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of food history, and exploring what it can teach us about longevity. From ancient civilizations to modern-day blue zones, food has always played a key role in how we live, and how we live longer. So, grab a snack, sit back, and let's talk about food and longevity. The first part of our discussion will be about the origins of food and long life. Throughout human history, food has evolved from simple foraged meals to complex culinary creations. But one thing has remained constant: the relationship between food and health. Our earliest ancestors lived a hunter-gatherer lifestyle, relying on the land for their survival. These early diets were rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and lean meats. They were full of variety, and perhaps most importantly, natural. An expert insight from a nutritionist indicated that, in the early days, humans ate what's known as a paleo diet, whole foods that were unprocessed. Their meals were nutrient-dense, high in fiber, and low in artificial additives. While we didn't have modern science back then, many of the foods they ate are now recognized for their role in supporting health and longevity. As civilizations grew, so did food choices. But along with that growth came the rise of agriculture. This allowed humans to settle down, and over time, many civilizations developed their own culinary traditions. And while this brought many benefits, it also introduced new challenges. In the second part of our discussion, we will explore the role of the Mediterranean diet in longevity. One of the most famous examples of food contributing to longevity comes from the Mediterranean region. The Mediterranean diet has long been celebrated for its health benefits. In fact, studies suggest that people who follow this diet live longer, healthier lives. But why? An expert insight from a nutritionist speaking from the Mediterranean indicated that the Mediterranean diet is based on whole foods, plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Olive oil is a key component, and fish, especially fatty fish rich in omega-3s, is consumed regularly. These foods are rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and essential nutrients, all of which support heart health and reduce inflammation. Not only is the Mediterranean diet healthy, but it's also rooted in history. Ancient Greeks and Romans ate much of the same foods that are staples in the Mediterranean diet today. It's a testament to how these traditions, passed down through generations, have stood the test of time. An insight from a historian indicated that the ancient Greeks believed in the concept of eudaimonia, or living a good life, which included maintaining a healthy balance in food. The philosopher Hippocrates, commonly known as the father of medicine, is famously quoted as saying, "Let food be your medicine, and medicine be your food." He understood the connection between what we eat and how we live. Incorporating such simple, nutrient-rich foods is one of the reasons Mediterranean populations are known to have lower rates of chronic diseases and longer life expectancy. The third part of our discussion will be about blue zones, lessons from the world's longest living communities. In our quest for longevity, we can't ignore the lessons from the so-called blue zones-regions where people live significantly longer, healthier lives. Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, and Nicoya in Costa Rica are part of the blue zones region. The common thread between these populations: their food. An expert insight from a dietitian from Okinawa indicated that the Okinawan diet is plant-based, rich in sweet potatoes, tofu, seaweed, and fish. Okinawans also practice hara hachi-bu, a tradition where they stop eating when they're 80% full. This prevents overeating, which is a key factor in longevity. Okinawa's diet is low in calories but high in nutrients. It's believed that the antioxidants in the food, such as polyphenols from bitter melon and turmeric, help protect the body from oxidative stress, which accelerates aging. An expert insight about Sardinia's longevity indicated that Sardinians, particularly in the mountain regions, rely on whole grains, beans, and vegetables. They also drink moderate amounts of red wine, which is believed to contain antioxidants that promote heart health. But the biggest factor: a close-knit community. The social aspect of their lives, combined with their food, supports a healthy lifestyle. Across all blue zones, there is a focus on simple, plant-based foods, with lean meats, dairy, and sweets eaten in moderation. This balance of whole foods, physical activity, and strong social ties is a formula for living longer. The fourth part of our discussion will be about the impact of modern food on longevity. While food history provides us with lessons on living longer, modern food practices often seem to do the opposite. In the last century, the rise of processed foods, sugary drinks, and fast food has led to an increase in chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and obesity, all of which impact life expectancy. Insight from a nutrition expert indicated that modern diets are often high in refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and low in fiber. These processed foods can lead to inflammation, insulin resistance, and metabolic syndrome, all risk factors for chronic diseases that shorten life expectancy. In the 1950s, food became more industrialized, with convenience taking precedence over nutrition. Fast food chains, packaged snacks, and sugary cereals became staples in many households. Over time, we've seen a decline in health as a result of these food choices. The increase in processed foods and unhealthy eating patterns has led to a public health crisis, particularly in Western countries. But it doesn't have to be this way. The key lies in returning to the wisdom of food history. The fifth part of our discussion will be about the future of food and longevity. As we move into the future, there's hope. People are increasingly turning back to whole, natural foods. There's a growing movement towards sustainable eating, with an emphasis on plant-based diets, locally sourced ingredients, and traditional cooking methods. This shift is part of a larger trend of reconnecting with the principles of food history. An insight from a chef indicated that we're seeing a return to ancient grains, heirloom vegetables, and artisanal foods. These are all ways to eat like our ancestors did, and they're not just healthier, they're better for the environment too. Eating with sustainability in mind ensures that future generations can benefit from these foods. As modern society continues to evolve, food history offers us the timeless wisdom of moderation, balance, and variety. By learning from our past, we can create a future where living longer and healthier becomes the norm, not the exception. In conclusion, so, what does food history teach us about living longer? It teaches us that the key to longevity isn't in the latest fad diet or supplement, it's in the simple, whole foods that have nourished generations before us. It's about eating with balance, living with purpose, and remembering that food isn't just fuel, it's medicine. Next time you sit down to eat, remember that what you choose today could have an impact on your tomorrow. Let's take the best lessons from food history and apply them to our modern lives. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into health, wellness, and food. Until next time, eat well and live long.